Boo. Welcome back. I'm Christine, and this is Mike. He's a ghost, and I'm his boo. That's so lame. Today's a little bit different. I am going to be creating some creepy cute monsters in my sketchbook. It's just gonna be a fun, cute hangout session with me and my boo. Which one is Mike? Oh, this is a very different video. I'm just trying something new that I will be explaining once we get into it. Grab your sketchbook because it's time to get spooky. Today I'll be using these SimTap acrylic paint markers that Artex has kindly sent me for a review. There aren't as many colors as their other acrylic paint markers, but these ones look a lot more juicy, and I'll show you why. All you have to do is shake it up. Once you shake it up really good, you pop off this plastic top and you push it in. Within seconds, the nib fills with paint and it's ready to go. I'm also testing out their colored pencils because I've been really curious to see how colored pencils work with acrylic paint markers. So I requested that they send me these as well. I love that the pencils come pre-sharpened because I don't like sharpening pencils. Back to the sketchbook. I already sketched out the monsters that I want to be coloring today. And that's because nobody deserves to sit through 20 minutes of me sketching and erasing over and over again until I get the sketches right. That's torture. I'm not going to do that to you. The first monster is a scary teapot monster, and I realized that I forgot to add his teeth, so I'm just going to draw those in really quickly. And of course, I have to paint him purple because purple is my favorite color. Since I'm going to be using acrylic paint markers with colored pencil, I decided to start my base with the acrylic paint markers. And I'm just going in and I'm trying to make a solid base color of this purple. I was a little hesitant when it came to creating these monsters because when I try to do creepy and cute, I tend to go more creepy than cute. And it's just a really hard thing for me to balance out in my drawings. I tried to make him a little more cute by adding some pink and giving him larger eyes and softening the edges, but it's just a little more terrifying than I had expected. And I think it's because I just have so much fun adding all of the weird and unsettling details that I can't help myself. His teeth are so scary and pointy and jagged. This is terrifying. It's okay. I think when I get to the colored pencils, he looks a little bit more cute. And I start with a blue. I think that's blue. Oh, it's ultramarine blue. I'm going in with ultramarine blue. And I am so new to combining acrylic paint markers with pencils. So please don't judge me. This is a learning process. I've combined it with acrylic paint and it worked out really well. But for some reason, I found that the colored pencils are actually kind of waxy on top of the paint marker. So I had to be a little careful and a bit strategic when I was adding my thin lines with the pencils. The colored pencils give me a lot more control over adding shadows and the fine lines and details to my illustrations. And he's starting to look cute now. It looks like he's smiling. It also looks like he's gonna eat me. So maybe he is creepy cute. I don't know. When I was little, I used to watch Real Monsters on Nickelodeon, and I'm getting Crumb vibes from this, and it's just making me think of that character. But that show was so fun to watch as a kid. I just loved all of the monsters. They teleported through the toilet bowls, and it was just a fun show. It was a fun time. And I've just kind of been going through this phase of watching old cartoons that I used to enjoy when I was little. Oh my gosh, another one that I recently started to rewatch is the Beetlejuice cartoon. Oh, it was so good. I think right now you can watch the Beetlejuice cartoon for free on the Roku channel. My husband and I were watching them the other day and they were so cute. But at the same time, cartoons have really come a long way. Like watching some of these old cartoons, the contrast and the colors and just everything happening on screen, it kind of gives me a little bit of anxiety. I don't know how I watched some of these when I was little. That must be why I love bright colors and I just struggle with dull, dusty browns and yellows and grays. Like, I want everything to be bright and rainbow and just like intense. Speaking of bright, vibrant colors, I noticed while I was using these Artex paint markers that they dry much darker than how they appear when they first come out. Every time I chose to use the lightest pink or the lightest purple, it ended up drying like 2 shades darker than I thought it would. And it was really annoying. I had to constantly go over each color with white or try to blend a lighter color into a darker color to create that kind of contrast that I needed. These markers do blend really well though. I was able to put different colors on top of each other to create shadows and highlights. And because you can control how much paint goes onto the nib, it's really easy to restore the marker and get the original color back. If you haven't guessed, this is a bunny ballerina. She's not just any bunny ballerina. She's an alien bunny ballerina, which means I'm going to blacken out her eyes and give her this alien look. And I'm hoping that the alien eyes are what make her look creepy, and the fact that she's a bunny ballerina is what makes her look cute. And to make her look even more deranged, I'm just gonna add a bunch of stray fur coming off of her body and off of her head, but I think it ties everything together. This alien bunny ballerina is actually very special to me because I always wanted to dance when I was in high school, even middle school. This bunny is based on a time when I was in high school and I wanted to be a part of the dance squad. When you go to audition for the dance squad, you have to come up with your own dance, but you also have to learn the dance that they teach you. Based on how you perform will determine if you get into the dance squad or not. Basically, it was just like 2 hours of me trying to learn this dance and failing because I didn't have the dance background. I also didn't have the stamina. And I remember my mom picking me up and I was just drenched in sweat and I was like, just drive, just get out of here. It was in that moment that I was like, I am not going to be a professional dancer. I will just continue to be this alienated ballerina. I prefer to just dance how I feel in the moment. If you haven't noticed, this video is very different from my normal videos. I've got a lot of things going on in my life. Like I've got health issues, I've got work issues, and then I've got motivation issues. On top of it, I'm just full of issues. I mean, aren't we all? Don't we all have issues? I think it would be so fun to create sketchbook videos where we just talk about what is going on in life. Because right now, I don't know what anyone is getting out of this video other than connecting with my insane stories. But I'm really enjoying myself. I'm really having a lot of fun. Can we just create things together? If we can, go ahead and give this video a like. And let me tell you about this teddy bear. I thought that it would be absurd to create a sketchbook monster video without a teddy bear because teddy bears are so cute, but at the same time, they can be so creepy. I think the easiest way to make this look creepy cute is to use a color that I don't like, so I'm using yellow. It's very easy to make yellow look dirty and dusty and gross and creepy. And here I'm having a lot of trouble with this colored pencil because this one, for some reason, was extremely waxy. And every time I tried to put it down on top of the acrylic paint marker, it was like I was pushing around the color and it was weird. I don't really know what was happening there, so I just switched over to my black to add some cracks and cuts and really make this teddy bear look so much more creepy. I found that the easiest way to make things look creepy is to just black out the eyes. Eliminate the eyeballs. Just get rid of them. Creepy things don't have eyes. And if they do, they have more than two. Yeah, and this was the sketch where I was like, I need to learn how to use colored pencils because I feel like I struggled so much on this one. And then I just added a rainbow because how creepy is it to be a teddy bear that looks like death with a rainbow? Ooh, and then red glowing eyes. Oh my gosh, yes. Let's cover up the evil teddy bear and talk about the last sketchbook monster. I have this cute little purple dinosaur that sits on my desk and I wanted to base it on him. And the cool thing about this is when you squeeze its head, like the nose pops out. Oh, there it goes. There was a part of me that really wanted to include Freddy Krueger in some of these sketches. Originally, I wanted to turn the teddy bear into Freddy Krueger, but I thought that that was so obvious. And then I thought that I had to turn everything else into like movie themed, and I got so much anxiety and I was like, I don't want to do that. So instead of doing that, I just gave this dinosaur really long claws and just another ominous face. Like I blackened out the eyes and I go in with the colored pencils to add some more cracks and make that background look dusty and musty and a little gross, to be honest. I mean, right now it's looking a little too creepy, but bear with me. I bring it back to cute really quick. After I finish adding all of the shading with the colored pencils, I end up putting 2 dots in each eye, which I think makes it look adorable. This dinosaur also has eyelashes, which add to the cute factor. And let's not forget about those pink rosy cheeks. I mean, come on. I will say that these colored pencils and the Sim Tap acrylic paint markers are probably my favorite Artex product that I've tried so far on my channel, which says a lot. I really enjoyed using the 2 mediums together. I think there's a lot there. I think there's a lot to be offered, and I am just going to continue to explore because obviously it's fun. If you want to watch more sketchbook videos, go ahead and click the playlist here, and we'll see you there. Mike won't be dressed up as a ghost, though. He might be kind of boring. It's a joke.